Goku surprised Beerus by showing and humiliating three of the most powerful gods of destruction of all. Come with me, because I will explain this whole story as a mortal has reached a level feared even by the gods. So, without further delay, let's go. Goku has reached a level that few beings in the entire multiverse could even imagine achieving. Complete Ultra Instinct took him to a level of power and consciousness that transcends the barriers between gods and mortals. What was once considered impossible for a being without divinity is now a reality that completely redefines the limits of the universe. The Saiyan, who once needed the help of friends to defeat local enemies, is now an entity that can rival and even surpass entire gods of destruction. Complete Ultra Instinct is not just a transformation of brute power, but a state of spirit and absolute control. Goku reached the point where his body moves and reacts on its own without depending on thoughts or hesitation. Every blow, every dodge is a perfect reflection of the harmony between instinct and emotion. And when he reached this state in its purest form, something changed. The angels themselves recognized that Goku had crossed a line that placed him above most of the gods of destruction, including those who had existed for millions of years. Whis, his mentor and spiritual guide, had already made it clear that few in the universe completely complete Ultra Instinct. Not even the gods of destruction did so, as they rely on destruction and controlled rage to manifest their power. But Goku, with his peaceful mind and pure heart, was capable of understanding the balance between emotion and serenity. This made him surpass the concept of destruction. He became the very personification of freedom and perfect movement. The strength that Goku demonstrated during his last battles is something that surpasses any known scale of measurement. The clash of his energy was already capable of shaking entire dimensions, and even Whis admitted that at certain moments, not even he could predict the Saiyan's movements. This affirmation, coming from an angel, shows how much Goku's Ultra Instinct has evolved. He ceased to be merely a powerful mortal, he became a divine phenomenon in human form. The gods of destruction of other universes have already observed him with respect and at the same time fear. During the Tournament of Power, they already sensed that Goku might one day surpass them. But now, with his absolute mastery, this prophecy has come true. Many gods of destruction simply do not possess the same level of control over their own body and energy that Goku has. Ultra Instinct is a state that goes beyond physical power. It is the fusion between instinct, emotion, and divinity. The most impressive thing is that Goku no longer relies on rage or pain to awaken this power. Before, his transformations came from extreme emotions, losses, and uncontrollable furies. Now he has reached the stage where calmness is his greatest strength. He fights with serenity, acts with precision, and thinks with clarity, even in the midst of destruction. This makes him even more dangerous because he no longer acts on impulse. He acts through pure instinctive perfection. While Beerus, the god of destruction of Universe 7, still observes him with curiosity, many already believe that Goku can surpass him soon. Beerus himself, in a rare moment of sincerity, admitted that the Saiyan is very close to the level of a god of destruction and perhaps even beyond. The difference is that Goku does not seek to destroy but to perfect himself. He represents the opposite of the concept of destruction, the harmony of movement, the fluidity of life, and the complete mastery of one's own being. Some angels even theorize that if Goku continued his training with Whis for long enough, he could reach a state superior to Ultra Instinct, something that not even the angels themselves know. What this would mean is impossible to predict, but everyone knows that the Saiyan has a natural talent for breaking barriers that the gods themselves believed unbreakable. He is, literally, the living anomaly that challenges the divine system. When Goku fights, the sensation the gods have is of witnessing a force that does not belong to the mortal realm. His energy is pure but devastating. His gaze is calm but full of determination. The universe seems to react to his presence, and time itself seems to slow down when he enters action. Complete Ultra Instinct is more than a form. It is the supreme manifestation of the Saiyan soul in equilibrium with the cosmos. Goku has become an example that the limits imposed by the gods are not absolute. He showed that a mortal can achieve the impossible, can touch the divine without losing his humanity, and perhaps it is precisely this that makes him even more grandiose. He is not a god. He is someone who reached the top solely with effort, pain, and an unwavering will to become stronger to protect others. What differentiates him from the gods of destruction is that Goku does not carry the burden of destruction, but the burden of hope. He does not destroy to maintain balance. He fights so that balance never needs to be broken. His strength comes from the desire to protect and not to dominate. And that is the reason why his Ultra Instinct is so pure. It reflects a heart that never gave up, even when the entire universe seemed against him. Now, Goku is at a point where not even the angels can measure his true capability. Every battle takes him to new horizons, and every defeated enemy is just a new stage in his evolution. He has already transcended the notion of power and has come to live in harmony with the universal instinct itself. Goku proved something that no god ever managed to prove, that true power does not come from destruction but from self-improvement. He is the symbol of infinite growth, the warrior who surpassed the gods and showed that the will of a mortal can indeed echo throughout the entire multiverse. And with complete Ultra Instinct, he became more than a legend. He became the very personification of the impossible. Among the gods of destruction, there has always been an unofficial ranking based on destructive power, mastery of techniques, and combatability. At the top of this list is Beerus, the god of destruction of Universe 7, closely followed by Kitela, the shrewd and astute rodent of Universe 4, and then by Belmod, the elegant but dangerous god of destruction of Universe 11. These three have always been considered the supreme trio among all the gods of destruction, beings capable of erasing planets and entire civilizations with a simple touch. However, Goku, with his complete Ultra Instinct, broke even this divine hierarchy. Belmod was the first to be surpassed. The god of destruction of Universe 11, known for being Jiren's mentor and protector, was always recognized for his technical ability in combat and for possessing a highly refined fighting style. But what Goku did in his last battles was something that goes beyond what Belmod ever demonstrated. The absolute control that the Saiyan has over movement and reaction makes him unreachable in physical combat. Even if Belmod still possesses a colossal divine energy, he would not be able to keep up with the fluidity and precision of Goku's complete Ultra Instinct. Kitela's case is even more impressive. The god of Universe 4 is known for his intelligence, malice, and the fact that he is the second most powerful in combat material among all the gods of destruction. Kitela is fast, unpredictable, and has absurd destructive power, being the only one who has ever rivaled Beerus directly. But now, with Goku having reached the climax of his instinct, even Kitela would be surpassed in a hand-to-hand confrontation. Goku would not only react to all the gods' movements, but also anticipate his attacks even before Kitela thought of performing them. The fact that Goku surpassed two of the three strongest gods of destruction in combat material shows how absurd his evolution is. He did not merely reach the divine level, he surpassed it. Goku's speed, precision, and instinct are at a level that no other mortal being has ever touched. The angels themselves recognize that in direct combat, the Saiyan could neutralize entire gods before they even realized it. This is the power of Ultra Instinct in its purest and most devastating form. Today, Goku is only below Beerus, and even so, the difference between the two seems to shrink with every new training session with Whis. Beerus is still considered the #1 among the gods of destruction due to his millennial experience, his mastery of destruction techniques, and his ability to combine instinct with divine fury. However, Beerus himself knows that Goku is getting closer and closer to surpassing him. If Goku continues evolving at this pace, the day he finally surpasses the god of destruction of Universe 7 is not far off. The most interesting thing is that Goku does not seek this position. He never had the ambition to become a god or assume the title of god of destruction. What he does is train and fight out of instinct, passion, and the will to test his limits. But this purity of purpose is precisely what makes him so powerful. While the gods fight for balance and control, Goku fights for something deeper, the essence of self-improvement. And that is what makes him reach levels that not even the gods can comprehend. With complete Ultra Instinct, Goku became the exception that confirms the rule of the gods. He surpassed Belmod and Kitela and is now shoulder to shoulder with Beerus, something no mortal in the entire history of the multiverse has ever done. He is literally the warrior who challenged the divine pantheon and won. And when the day comes that Goku surpasses Beerus, it will not only be the birth of the strongest being in Universe 7, it will be the moment when the impossible will cease to exist. And the truth is that this moment is getting closer and closer. Beerus may continue to be the #1 among the gods of destruction, but Goku's advancement is inevitable. The Saiyan is already evolving at a pace that defies all divine logic, and every training session with Whis brings him even closer to absolute perfection. It will not take long for Beerus to finally be surpassed, not out of arrogance, but due to the simple reality that Goku was born to break limits. When that day arrives, the balance between gods and mortals will never be the same, for the strongest warrior in the multiverse will be, indisputably, a mortal named Son Goku. But comment on what you thought of all this, and don't forget the like. Thank you very much for the support from all of you, and until next time.